Serial ATA, or as we know it, SATA, is a computer bus that connects storage devices like hard drives, optical drives, and solid-state drives to a computer. SATA succeeded Parallel ATA, or PATA, and was announced in 2000. SATA supported hot swapping, reduced cable size to 7 pins, faster data transfer, AHCI, and many more features. SATA takes advantage of Intel's AHCI, or Advanced Host Controller interface, to allow hot swapping and NCQ, native command queuing. NCQ allows a hard drive to optimize the way it will receive data, which better organizes the movement of the read-write head. This results in less rotations of the drive to receive data and therefore less latency. Hot swapping, if the devices meet the specifications, allow the drive to safely be removed or installed, although unwritten data may be lost when the device power is removed. The most popular SATA device, a hard drive disk, was introduced in 1956 by IBM. Now, more than 224 companies have produced hard drives. A hard drive is made up of a rotating disk, platters, and each platter is paired with a magnetic head mounted on an actuator arm. The magnetic head magnetizes a thin film on the platter, and these changes in magnetism represent bits. The magnetic film is 10 to 20 nanometers thick. A piece of printer paper is 70,000 to 180,000 nanometers thick. The platter can spin at various speeds depending on what you need the drive for, like 5400 RPMs to 15,000 RPMs. Seagate, a hard drive manufacturer, has announced a 20 terabyte hard drive. Getting more popular every second is a SATA device known as an SSD, or solid-state drive. SSDs have actually been around since the 1990s, but have gotten much cheaper and more popular, seeing how a 20 megabyte SSD was $1,000 when they came out. An SSD operates way differently than a hard drive. An SSD uses flash memory, the same as what can be found in an SD card or your smartphone. Both hard drives and SSDs are non-volatile, meaning their information can be retrieved even after a power cycle. SSDs are completely electronically based, so they can withstand physical shock, are silent, and faster than hard drives. SSDs use cells which contain 1 to 4 bits of data, similar to how hard drives use blocks to store data. SSDs use traditional hard drive form factors, making them a great drop-in upgrade. SSDs do have a limited amount of write numbers, as the cells wear out, although a hard drive will physically wear out over time with its moving parts, so an SSD has a more reliable life. Lastly, a SATA device being phased out is an optical disk drive. Optical drives use a laser to read or write data from an optical disk. Optical drives come in many form factors like half-height for desktops and slim type for laptops, which those laptop optical drives sure are fun to play around with. They are being replaced by content you can just download over the internet, rather than having to clean the handprints off your disk and hope it's still readable. A SATA cable contains 7 pins, with cable lengths up to 1 meter. One end of the SATA cable connects directly to the motherboard, while the other end connects to a SATA device, like a hard drive. One problem with SATA and its speed is noise. Noise is electrical coupling between data circuits. A SATA cable which fixes this problem is eSATA, which is primarily used for external drives and has a slightly different shaped port. Many versions of SATA have been released, the first being SATA 1.0. This version can communicate at 1.5 gigabits per second. NCQ was not supported in this version, but was later supported in SATA 2.0 with a communication speed of 3 gigabits per second. This version is backwards compatible with SATA 1.0. SATA 3.0 was released in 2008 with a communication speed of 6 gigabits per second. Video streaming was enhanced with this version. Many more SATA 3.0 versions have come out, but only include more features and are the same 6 gigabit per second. To mount a SATA device, like a hard drive or an SSD, decide on a form factor and a location in your PC. Then ground yourself to ensure you won't create any static electricity. Regardless of the drive, it will need 2 plugs, a power cable and a SATA cable. Plug each cable in and then open Disk Management on your computer to verify your drive is listed and configure it. SATA and its devices play very crucial jobs in a computer. The device must be able to connect to the computer via a SATA cable and have a fast enough communication. SATA has come a long way, but interfaces like M.2 are being used because its port is on the motherboard and is better suited for SSDs.